Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609 live and in color from Capitan, New Mexico. This is my lot. My lot is 120 feet by 60 feet. And of course, I'm having a survey next week and we'll verify those numbers. But see where the motorhome is right now? I'm going to build me a tiny home. And when I say tiny home, it's going to be 320 square feet of living area. And then it'll have a front porch that'll go across the length of the front, which will be 20 feet. And it'll be about 11 feet wide, almost 3 steps for the front porch. It'll have a gable roof, you know what I mean? I think it's a 512 slope, and a metal roof. And it will be located, the center of the lot is right where that post is. So the center of the house will be about where the center of my RV is, not quite. Okay, my RV is 24 feet long, including the quote cab area right there, which is about 5 feet. So I've got about roughly 20 by 8 feet of living space in the Class C motorhome now, which is 160 square feet. I'll be moving up to double that to 320 square feet. Okay, and what I'm going to do is it'll have a metal roof. I'm going to use stucco for the siding all the way around, and then I'll insulate it with that spray-in stuff probably, or whatever is the best, okay, because I don't have that much to insulate, so I'm going to go with something really good, kind of make it super insulated so I can keep it warm and cool really easy. Cooling is not a problem here in Capitan, New Mexico. I don't think you'd need an you might need a window air conditioner 3 or 4 days a year, but where the RV is, that's actually bigger than the house. You know, the house will be about right here to right there, and then deeper, because the slab, the concrete slab, I'm putting it on a concrete slab. The slab for the house will be 20 by 20, including the porch. It's 20 by 20. That's 400 square feet of concrete. So what'll happen is this house, and you know, you've got some guidelines you have to follow, some city ordinances. You know, you got certain setbacks and stuff, but there's no size requirement. You know, in other words, I could build even a smaller home if I felt like I wanted to live on it, but I want something that's you know, I mean, it's going to be basically one large room with a kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and a small sitting area or living area, you know what I mean, where you just have a chair. Anyway, yeah, and then what I'm going to do for a refrigerator, instead of getting a big refrigerator like I have or bought in Texas at my home base there at Fort Clark Springs, I bought a new, I don't know, Frigidaire or whatever the hell it was. It cost me $1,000, and I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to buy me one of those. I'm going to buy me one of those little apartment size refrigerators, and they're about, I don't know, 150 to 200 bucks, and then a apartment size freezer. So I'll have 2 units, which will give me enough refrigerator cooling space for the things that I have. I have a 7.2 cubic foot refrigerator now, and it's practically empty. But this is the spot, and as far as the house will start about right in here and then go out that way. I'm going to save all this here, and yeah, if you can see, this again is 24 feet for the whole RV. So 20 feet, you know, is about, you know, the house will start to be in the center of the property. The house will start approximately right in here and then go that way, and then 20 feet, you know, back around, just a perfect square. And yeah, as far as the cooking stuff, I'll do just like I did at Fort Clark Springs in Texas, in that small home I bought there, a tiny home. I'm going to have a cooktop, 2-burner cooktop, electric cooktop. Get me a countertop oven. You know, it's got one of those, what do you call it, where it heats by moving the air. And then a bed. I'll get me a small bed. And then for lighting, I'm not going to have them run any electrical for interior lighting. What I'm going to do is have wall outlets, and then I'll just use those little things I rigged up like lamps. You know, they're like hanging lights, you know, and you can get you know, 6 or 9 foot cords and plug them in and hang them off nails and stuff. Do I care what it looks like? No. Am I going to get a ceiling fan? No. What else? And then as far as tables and chairs and stuff, I don't need any. I'm just going to have 1 table, 1 chair. As far as a closet, I can rig that up while they're building. You know, I'll have them put some, you know, some shelving, and then I'll put a little wooden post, or what do you call it, pole, I guess, whatever, you know, for hanging clothes on, or just use like a shower curtain rod, because I don't have that much. I mean, my closet in the RV is only like, I don't know, like maybe 4 feet by 4 feet, you know what I mean? Just a little old bitty thing, but that's all I need. And for hot water, I plan to use an on-demand hot water heater, just for a small one, because just for me, 3 or 4 gallons per minute will be fine. And yeah, you're just going to be supplying hot water to the kitchen and the shower for one person, and on an on-demand basis. And then yeah, and as far as living here full-time, part-time, whatever, I don't know. Why are you building it, Rusty? Because I want to. I have no other reason. That's all. I mean, don't even try to figure it out. You can call me fickle, pickle, whatever. Doesn't matter, because I do me. You do you. But yeah, I've already started. I've got a surveyor coming next week to do the survey, and what he'll do is I've already got the plans from an online source that gives a good description of the house. Of course, I can modify it as we go, because see, once they get the slab poured, of course the plumbing run in the slab there. Then they start framing, and then as they start framing, I can say, well, instead of that window being right there, I'll move it over a few inches this way, or I want a bigger window there, or whatever. I can do all of those changes, and then as far as the cabinets in the kitchen area, there's not going to be any. It's just going to be open shelving. That's it, totally open shelving. And I'll get them to put me a little countertop, or sort of a countertop made out of plywood or something, to set that small fridge and freezer on, so that they're at a comfortable height, to get in and out of those things. And then for the cooktop and the countertop oven, I'll have a spot for that too. And just get me a single a single sink for the kitchen, and I could go without one in the bathroom, but I'll probably get one in the bathroom for shaving and stuff, which I do once a month. And there's Matilda over here. But I just wanted to give you a heads up. You can build your own tiny home in certain cities that have very few restrictions. Like this particular city has very few restrictions, and now there may be some restrictions that run with deeds also. My deed is unrestricted. There's no restrictions at all. And of course, I've got the sewer here. I mean, city sewer, city water, and then I've got electrical already there. I've got 100 amp service, which is plenty, more than I need. And yeah, so if you can imagine about where that RV is, only coming out a little farther this way, just a perfect square. An adobe home. I'm going to make it a kind of an adobe color, adobe, you know what I mean, and with a green metal roof. And you're probably asking, well, why green, man? Well, silver I looked at. There's houses all around here that are adobe, and there's two particular colors that I like. One is they make a dark brown metal roof with a kind of an adobe color, and it looks pretty good. And then the green, I've looked at that on a couple of houses that have that, and yeah, it looks good. So we're going to go with that probably. And yeah, and so I'll have a front porch to sit out on, and my rocking chair. And as far as keeping the RV and all that stuff, we'll just make that decision when the time comes. And on we go, guys. But what I was going to say was, for those of you that are thinking about acquiring a tiny home from a tiny home manufacturer and then putting it on some property that you own, I would suggest that you might consider a site-built home. I mean, I know prices of lumber are high, but if you can find a builder. Now, I've found a builder. It's a local individual. It's on the planning board and all that stuff. And so, they're supposedly really reliable, and they have all the subs that do stuff. And yeah, they just live right over there, and they came by and we visited about it. And yeah, it's just, I've given them all the info that I have as to the plans and so forth, so they can give me an estimate. And I have a number in mind. I'm not totally dumb. I used to be a bean counter CPA type years ago. And what I did was, I got online and checked prices of lumber and, concrete in this area and so forth. And I ran some numbers, and I know about where we ought to be. And if they're in line with that and it fits with my budget, well, yeah, we're going to go right on through, because you got to get the planning board meets once a month. And so you have to have the information to them like before the 26th of the month to get on the agenda or the docket for the next month, which is the first week of the month, I think. And so I'll be on the docket, or whatever they call it, for the 1st of May, I hope. And then after that's done, then they can start. How long will it take them to build it? Well, if they stayed on it, they could build it in a month probably. But I would imagine 3 months, 4 months while I'm here. And hopefully, And then what about Texas? I live life one day at a time, guys. I have a plan right now to build a home, and that's it. So anyway, that's the story of the tiny home. I can't think of anything else I can add. Let me look at my notes, because I made some notes. Yeah, there's nothing about table, chair, closet. But you know, I've got an estimate here, which comes in at about $100 a square foot. You know, but that's because I own the lot. See, whenever you hear a quote on new homes, like $200 a square foot or $300 a square foot, that includes the lot. Okay, and so I already own the lot, so that's not in. I don't have to add that to the price. So that's where I come up with my $100 square foot. That's about where it looks like the numbers fall. So having said that, guys, from Capitan, New Mexico, home of my tiny home, I hope by my birthday this year, July the 14th, when I turn 77, if I'm still here, maybe we'll have it done and I'll have me a little home there. And then will I sell the Class C motorhome? That's a toughie. That's a toughie. I don't know. I don't know. I might. Anyway, guys, thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Bye anything. Oh, don't forget Beer 30 at tonight, about 4 or 5 your time. Yeah. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all my videos. Why? Doesn't cost you a penny. Oh, you see these buildings here? Everybody criticized me for having a view of those storage buildings. Well, see, if you use your brain and think, if those buildings weren't there, there'd be 4 or 5 homes there with barking dogs, kids, loud music, and whatever else. Those things, there's nobody there ever, hardly. Maybe 2 cars a week. But anyway, beautiful sky, beautiful day. Enjoy your life. Adios till next time. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't watch the news. Adios.